Okay, you guys, so Clarissa is defending her man after everyone has been coming for him because they feel like he's using her. So we all know Clarissa is that girl when it comes to boxing. She's got Olympic gold medals, she's undefeated, and she's been making some serious coins from her fights and her sponsorships. Now, meanwhile, Papoose has been rapping for years, but let's be real, y'all, he ain't no Jay-Z, okay? He's not on a successful level as far as his rap career. So when these two got together, people started side-eyeing the situation. They see a very successful woman with a man and automatically think she's taking care of him financially. Now, Tasha K really went off about this whole situation. She's basically saying that Papoose is using Clarissa for her money and that he's broke. Now, these rumors were getting so bad, people were questioning everything about their relationship, like who's paying for tips, who's buying clothes, who's handling the bills. And once people started talking like that online, it just kept getting worse. And Tasha K really went in on him.
Since forever. I don't know her childhood, but I do know that her best friend who grew up with her came out and made some rather disturbing videos about Clarissa being taken advantage of when she was younger as a young boxer by her coaches and getting pregnant and things like this. And so when I see people like Papoose enter the Cash App requesting money from people like Clarissa, after Remy has already warned us that, he preyed on her when she was in jail. He wasn't making the money. It was Remy's money. And she said she put everything in his name only to come out and then have to work. And then he's getting the benefit of the solid black man, of the black man that's holding everything down. But when I look at this same thing possibly being done to Clarissa and she's slow by default, she was already taken advantage of by her coaches. Surely it's easier for a bum like this to come in and take advantage of her too. And so
well, after all that, Clarissa made a video where she basically told everybody about their money situation.
I gotta be careful with my words, man. Why are you still here? Why you let me tell you something. No man I've ever messed with been broke. Never. No man I've been with been broke. They may have not had as much money as me, but they haven't been broke. Papoose is the wealthiest man that I've been with. I'll say it again. Papoose is the wealthiest man that I've been with. And that's like no faking. I haven't paid for a flight, a hotel, a fucking purse. Nothing. And I don't know how long. Food. He take care of everything. So when I be seeing people say that he broke and stuff like that, I just be like, okay. Well, I don't know how he getting the money to do what he doing for me. Cause he stay doing shit for me.
Now, whether she's telling the truth or not, I don't know. Now, I know Papoose does still do shows. He makes money through music streaming, sales, reality TV, TuneCore roles, and again, live shows, merch, and he has minor investments. Now, his net worth as of right now is $500,000. But again, that doesn't necessarily reflect the money he has in his account. So it's kind of contradicting, because if Remy is saying that he's broke and he's a bum, but Clarissa is saying that he has money and he's far from broke, either somebody is lying or his financial situation has drastically changed. But y'all let me know, what do y'all think? Do y'all think Papoose has that bread, or do you think it's all cap? Who are you believing? Do you believe Tasha K and Remy when they say that he's a bum and he's a user? Or do you believe what Clarissa is saying, that he pretty much pays for everything? Y'all let me know what you think in the comments below. Moving on to the next story. Okay, you guys, so Sha'Carri Richardson is over here in some legal trouble because she tried to beat up her man. So Sha'Carri has been dating Olympic sprinter Christian Coleman for a little bit over 2 years now. Now, both of them are very elite track athletes at the top of their game. Both are Olympic medalists. I mean, Sha'Carri has a gold medal for her win in the 100-meter sprint in Paris and has been named the fastest woman in the world. So we could basically call these two a high-profile athletic power couple, okay? Both of them are household names and they're doing their thing in the track and field world. But baby, Sha'Carri found herself going to jail. So according to police reports, the couple was was traveling together when they got into an incident at the Seattle-Tacoma airport. Now, Sha'Carri was arrested and charged with fourth-degree domestic violence after allegedly getting into a physical altercation with Christian. Now, fourth-degree domestic violence in Washington state is the least severe of assault charges, but it's still a serious legal matter, especially for someone representing Team USA. But here's what reportedly went down. So the couple was going through the airport security, and y'all know how stressful the airports can be, okay? But they got into a heated verbal argument. Now, we don't know the exact details as to what started it, but whatever it was serious enough that people around them started noticing. So things ended up escalating quickly once they got past the TSA checkpoint. And here's where the footage comes in, because everything I'm about to tell you was caught on camera, okay? So the police report states that surveillance footage shows Sha'Carri following Christian around, okay? Getting up close to him multiple times as he tried to walk away from the situation. Then, according to the police report, she allegedly shoved him so hard that he went crashing into nearby columns. Now, Christian tried to distance himself and walk away, but she reportedly wasn't done. She allegedly pushed him a second time, and witnesses say this push sent him flying several feet. Can you imagine how strong she had to be to make this man fly several feet from a push? And can you imagine being the other travelers in the airport watching all of this unfold? Two Olympic athletes getting into it like this in the airport. But I ain't even done. So police say she also threw a pair of headphones at him during this whole incident. So we've got shoving, pushing, throwing objects, all caught on airport security cameras. Now, even though all of this was allegedly caught on airport security cameras with multiple witnesses around, both Sha'Carri and Christian denied that any of this took place when police questioned them. Like, the police literally watched the footage and then asked them about it, and they both were like, we don't know what you're talking about. Christian even told officers he didn't want to participate in any investigation, and he declined to be considered a victim. So you have to wonder, what was he trying to protect? Her career? Was it the embarrassment? Or was it the mistrust in the Black community when it comes to police officers? Not to mention, I think he probably didn't want the media attention either. Because let's be real, when you're both public figures like this, any legal trouble is going to make the headlines. Now, the TSA supervisor who first reported the incident to police said they witnessed Sha'Carri strike Christian during their verbal altercation. So we're not just talking about passenger witnesses. Airport security personnel were involved in reporting this also. Now, Sha'Carri was booked into the South Correctional Entity Jail, which is located in Washington, Sunday evening around 7 p.m. and released Monday afternoon around 1 p.m. So she spent the night in jail over this situation. Now, what's really wild is that she was scheduled to compete in the U.S. Track and Field Championship in Eugene, Oregon, and she showed up and competed in the 100-meter opening rounds. She said, I don't care what I did, okay? I'm going to show up and I'm going to win. Now, she's also scheduled to compete in the 200-meter race this weekend, so we'll see how all this legal situation stuff affects her athletic performance and her career moving forward. Now, I think she'll be all right, but she has to watch that temper. But this isn't Sha'Carri's first run-in with the law. Y'all remember the marijuana suspension thing that kept her out of the Tokyo Olympics? But this is on a whole different level because we're talking about DV charges. Now, the timing is bad because she's at the peak of her career right now. She just won a gold in Paris. She's got automatic qualification for the World Championships in September, and she's one of the biggest names in track and field. But now she has this legal cloud hanging over her. So what's also concerning is that this isn't her first airport incident. Y'all remember back in 2023, she was kicked off American Airlines flight for refusing to hang up her phone before takeoff. Do y'all remember that? So there seems to be a pattern, okay, of her with her attitude, and she needs to get that together. Now, the biggest question now is how this will affect her sponsorship deals, her Team USA status, her overall brand. Olympic athletes are held to a higher standard, and DV allegations, even if they're eventually dropped, can have serious consequences for endorsement deals and her public image. So we'll have to see how all of this goes down, but Baby, Sha'Carri has to get a hold of that attitude, okay? But y'all let me know, what do y'all think about Sha'Carri putting pause on her man at the airport? But that's all I have for you, and I'll talk to you later.